This is a Homage beat.
Hi everyone, hola, aloha, ciao, salut, ni hao, namaste, ohayo, yakanasima, здравствуйте, привет, bunna, dzień dobry, siesto, hello, sin ciao, yobasiel, salam alaikum, saskriyakal, marhaban, merhaba. Welcome everyone, my name is Brunel. So, I am an extremely oily person. Very oily person, so I'm always on the lookout for anything that helps mattify the face and keep my makeup in place before it melts and dribbles down into an oily mess. So I was hunting through the e.l.f. website, and can I just say, e.l.f. are almost as bad as Tam Beauty. They'll always have something new. So you know, if you're going to be buying stuff from them, you're always constantly having to buy. No, I'm going to take a break. But on that occasion, I went on a website and I realized actually there were lots and lots of things, but there were loads and loads of new things specifically to help mattify the skin. So I decided to just try, a few of these. Many of those were actually new, to see whether they really do work. So within that list, what we have to start off with, first thing is a mattifying mask. I obviously going to use that and try it out, and then a oil control liquid lotion as well that went with that. There's also the Make Me Matte powder, which you then put inside your foundation, swirl it around, mix it about. Never mind. Mix it about and then apply the foundation to your skin to help again mattify. And last but not least, calm down, Brunel. You're excited. Last but not least is this, which is the oil control primer mist, which you can apply before, during, after, and also throughout the day to spritz and refresh your makeup, and it helps control the oil. So using a very light foundation, I decided to test all these new products out to see what they're like, and then we shall see. So if you are interested in my thoughts and the whole thing, whether they all work or not, then keep on watching. All right, love. All right. First item is this one here, which is the Mattifying Mask, which contains French clay, green clay. And the way to apply this one is you must have a clean, dry face, and then you apply this, wait 10 to 15 minutes, and then wipe off. So that's what we're going to do. It comes already wet, so you definitely don't need to wet your face, just opening that. In this tube, you have 75 grams in here. And the prices will be in the description box. It comes like this color, almost like grey color. It's nice and thick. It's got a slight smell, but it's actually quite nice. It's almost refreshing and cooling. Yeah, it definitely feels cooling. I'm just going to apply that, and it does say to keep away from eyes and mouth area. Hello. What's your name? You look pretty. Anyway, the mask is on. I'm going to wait 10 minutes and then wash it off. It does dry pretty quick, and most of it is dried now. So I'm just going to wait for that. There's no kind of... I'm not feeling anything on my skin at all, no side effects or anything. It does feel actually really cooling, and I can feel it starting to pull and tighten, which is what normally happens with a lot of clay masks. So that's normal. So yes, 10 minutes and then I'll wash it off, and I will see you guys very shortly, and we'll move on to the next item. Right, it's been more than 15 minutes. I literally went and did something. So it's probably about 20 minutes since I had the mask and took it off. I was actually initially wrong. Actually, the mask itself is not one of those super absorbing one that, you know, dries up and pulls your face in. No, actually, it stays normal. My skin feels rather moisturized, actually. It does feel a bit dry, but then again, I've just had clay on my skin. But it does feel not moisturized, hydrated. My skin does feel hydrated. So moving on to the next item, which is this one here, which is the Oil Control Liquid Lotion with tea tree oil. With tea tree oil. Tea tree and I are not the best of friends when it comes to my face, but I'm going to give it a try and hopefully I won't feel as if I'm being burnt. It does say here, this featherweight liquid lotion absorbs quickly and provides a long-lasting matte finish, ideal for oily and combination skin. This liquid lotion formula helps to hydrate the skin and balance oil, revealing a matte, shine-free complexion. Wear this moisturizer alone or under makeup to extend a fresh, shine-free complexion enriched with tea tree oil. Direction: pump a pea-sized amount onto fingertips and gently smooth into the skin. Okay, so that's what it comes in. Has got a pump, pretty. And in here you have, how much is in here? It's 65 ml inside. So let's try it out. And it says pea-sized amount. It's coming out a bit watery initially. Yeah, so you probably need to, it's very, very runny. I think it's because you probably need to shake it. It doesn't say that at all, but it does sound liquidy, if you can hear it. Pea-sized amount doesn't quite work when you actually got something that's really, really liquidy. So let's try it. I can't actually smell the tea tree, so which is good. And yeah, it almost feels as if I'm just, I don't know what's happened with my skin lately. There's one here, there's one here, uninvited guest. Can you see, can you miss that one? More like, it's not a normal spot, it's a stress spot. I get those when I'm really stressed out, lack of sleep, kind of then start popping back. Within 2 days they should all be gone, so don't mind that. All right, so I can see whether that feels moisturized. I'm gonna try another amount. Yeah, it is running all the way through. You have to be careful as well. They're pressing it. Don't push it all the way down. It might go a bit splat. So it's very, very liquidy. Very, very liquidy. Definitely dries to a matte finish super, super quick. You have to be quick. But it does still feel kind of almost tacky on the skin. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go and do my eyebrows and a quick eye look off camera, and then I'll be back with the next item. Next item is this one here, which is the Oil Control Primer Mist. And I've just already shaken it, and it does say directions: hold bottle 8 to 10 inches from the face and spray evenly on skin. Use prior to makeup application to help prime skin. After makeup application to set makeup, or throughout the day to refresh. It says this water-based primer mist preps skin for smooth makeup application, and the lightweight formula helps reduce the shine and oil for a more matte look. Enriched with purified water, cucumber and vitamin B and E to nourish and refresh skin. All right, so I'm going to spray that, hopefully. Oh God, let's see how much, what's the, yeah. Okay, right. No smell to it whatsoever. Okay, I'm going to try and cover my eyes because I've already done my makeup. Oh, who cares? You know what? Is that 8 inches, 10 inches, 10 never mind. Right, let's go. Oh, well, the mist needs to improve. Woo. Okay, this is like a splash on over your face. Yeah, that is it's not pleasant, actually. It needs to be a lot finer. It's too much of it. Ooh. Okay. Right, we're gonna wait for this to dry. Primer is all nice and dry. It does leave kind of like a soft velvety feel to the skin. It doesn't take long to dry at all, but I do see like a slight sheen on the skin. However, it's the time of the month and the face is looking a bit pimply and the skin's looking a bit shit. All right. Anyway, the last item is this one here, which is of course the Make Me Matte with an apostrophe at the end. and apostrophe exclamation mark. And it does say here to use as a foundation mix in a powder, turn in a dial to reveal a large opening using the included scoop. Okay, there's a scoop in there. And also dispense a pearl-sized amount and mix with your favorite e.l.f. foundation. I'm not using the e.l.f. foundation because it's a lot heavier. I want something super, super light to see the effect. Something that's non-mattifying so I can see whether this really works or not. To use as a setting powder, turn in a dial to reveal a sifter and cover large opening, pour powder into a cup and use your favorite e.l.f. powder brush to set foundation. When not in use, move dial to cover opening. Righty, so let's hopefully, I think this foundation is actually finished. This is Makeup Forever Ultra HD. Hopefully I've still got enough in here. Come on, come on, come on, baby. Come on, come on, come on. Right, that's as much as I can get out. So it's got a bit more red in there. I'm just going to mix it with this one, which is Lingerie de Peau from Guerlain. And this is in the color 05N. So I'm just going to, this one is definitely not matte at all. Super light. And I'm just going to put in there, mix that together. Very, very runny. You can see, mix the two together. You know what, put another squirt just in case. Because what tends to happen is with these mattifying powders is, as you use that, then what will happen is that it actually uses a lot of product. So you might have to put a bit more. And I'm just now going to use this tiny little scoop and scoop a little bit at the end of that. Like so. And drop a little bit in there. Okay, I can tell already that this is different. This is meant to have a similar effect to the Urban Decay Velvetizer, which is exactly has the same concept where you put it inside a foundation to help mattify the foundation. So this is different. The Velvetizer from Urban Decay, seems to be something almost like magnetic. As soon as you get it anywhere near the foundation, you can feel that, you can see the effect of it. This one stays as normal. I'm just going to mix that in now and see if it makes any difference. Hopefully it won't create flashback. Right, so that's makes I don't see that it changes the consistency of the foundation at all. I've put actually 2 little scoops in there, but the foundation is almost the same. So hopefully there'll be enough in there, otherwise I'll have to add some more. We'll see.
This is a Homage beat.
Foundation is done. I had to go in with a second layer, and what I did is again 2 squirts of the foundation, and that was just this one. I did not mix it again. That's the Guerlain one, which is so light, 3 hours, and I'm as oily as anything, and it's also very, very light coverage. So that's why I had to go in with a second layer, especially with my skin the way it is at the moment. And I did put 2 tiny little scoops in it as well, mix it together, and it does give it a really nice, soft, velvety feel to the skin. I really like this. I'm just going to try and see, let's see how much if it transfers. I actually prefer the feel of this to the Urban Decay Velvetizer. The Velvetizer also acts differently when you apply that. If you've ever used it, which is also meant to mattify foundations, you put it in and you can see it actually thickening and really thickening the actual foundation. With this one, it doesn't actually. You cannot see a thickening at all. It disappears into the foundation. Does not change the consistency of the foundation at all. But your skin does feel velvety, soft and matte, and it dries quickly. So we're just going to test it out and see this. So there's the tissue, nice and white. Let's see whether there's anything. There's a slight demarcation. I'm just going to go through with this finger here. You can see just a slight demarcation, but it's not much at all. It is tiny. So far so good. Now because I did not kind of color correct under the eyes and the foundation is super light, I'm going in with one of my favorites, super cheap LA Girl Pro Concealer, and this is in the color Toffee. Yes, that's the color Toffee, and it's nice and thick and creamy. No comment. So I'm just going to apply that underneath the eye to help cover the dark circles which I have. To use this powder. This powder actually is so super fine. It is so soft. In fact, it probably is softer than even the dare I say Laura Mercier. You're meant to use a brush and lightly go over, but I'm actually going to use my dampened beauty blender and just in a thin layer. Normally I'll use a Sacha Buttercup around this area, which is nice and yellow, but I'm using this and I can already see like a white film. I don't use, this is why I don't use white powders to set anything, because there's always kind of like a white cast around my face, which I don't like at all, because it always makes me look, you know, casket ready. So I can tell already that this one, so far I actually do like what the effect it has on the foundation, but I won't be using this to set my face. I'll just keep the other powders. Yeah, I won't be using this at all to set. I mean, look how white that is. That's not for me. Nah. So I'm just gonna go and finish off my face, and then we can set it all back in a mo. Alright, I'm back. Face is all done. I've just sprayed the last bit of this. I'm not a fan of the actual spray, as you guys know already. It needs to be a lot finer. It's almost like a wet splurge on your face. No, but it does dry pretty sharpish. So we shall see. See you guys probably about 8 o'clock to see how it is. It's about 22 minutes past 3 now, but I've had this on for a good 30 to 45 minutes minimum. I was doing other stuff, and it does take a while to get things going. And yeah, so see you about 8 o'clock, and then I'll give you my final thoughts on all these things. Good evening. It is now 14 minutes past 8. I can't show you the clock because unfortunately I've been messing about with my phone and you know you can't see it. But yeah, so it's 14 minutes past 8. This is my face without any blotting, without touching it up, without doing anything. It is freezing cold outside. It's been minus, I don't know, 2, 3 today. However, I've had the heating on throughout the house because I get cold very easily, hence the oily face. I told you guys I'd get oily no matter what the weather is, but taking into account that the foundation I actually had, it doesn't mattify at all. 2 hours, 3 hours max, and already I can see the oils seeping through. And taking into account that I didn't actually use my usual primer, which I normally use, which is the Becca Evermatte Poreless, then I suppose it's not too bad. So what I'm going to do now, because it does say that you can use this to refresh, well, I'm going to test now to see whether this actually makes any difference with regards to the shine, and whether it reduces it, and you can then use it throughout the day. So we'll just test that one out. I'm shaking it. I'm not sure you're supposed to shake it, but I'm shaking it anyway. So shiny face, let's try it and see whether it makes any difference. Ooh. I can't get used to this spray. So the spray has dried up. So can you see any difference? I don't think so. I personally can't. So let's start off with each of the items. Starting off first of all with the face mask. To be honest, a face mask will have to be a long-term thing. You can't really, to be fair, you can't really say yes or no. That's to help mattify anything with within one use. It's more of a regular usage that's going to have an effect. And it is well known that using clay masks actually can help with reducing the amount of oil. But it's a long-term thing. You'd have to be doing that for a month and do it regularly before you can then find out. And then moving on to the lotion itself. Personally, I don't like the consistency of the lotion. It feels very watery, but does it actually moisturize your skin or hydrate it? Yes, it does. You don't actually get that kind of softness, super softness on your skin, but you do get kind of like a velvety feel to your skin. But maybe I'll use a little bit too little. Maybe I'll have to go back and do more than one layer, because it doesn't feel as if it's not like a cream. It's very watery. It disappears into the skin, which is not a bad thing. And then moving on to the primer itself. I'm really on the fence. I'm more on the fence, more jumping towards a no kind of side, to be honest. Looking at my face here, I sprayed it and I cannot see the difference. And first of all, I don't think this works. What I'm clear about is this doesn't work as a refresher. It's not something whereby like a blotting powder where you clearly see the effects of what of having used the product. This one, sprayed it, doesn't make any difference. The shiny soda, I mean, look at this oil. Look at this. Look at this. Look. Anyway, so it doesn't do that. As to whether it really helps mattify, I would think that I would have to use this and then something else in order for me to have any kind of effect. And now when it comes to the actual Make Me Matte powder, which you include within your foundation to help mattify it, what I like about it is the difference between that and the Urban Decay's Velvetizer is that this one really blends easily into the foundation, does not change the consistency of your foundation at all. And I'm thinking what I'm going to do is maybe try put a lot more in there and see whether that really changes. And it doesn't really super thicken your foundation, which the Urban Decay one clearly does, and you can see the effects of that. And as to using it as a setting powder, I've always had an issue with using those kind of white setting powders on my face. They just never quite work, and I wouldn't use it as a setting powder for me, for my skin tone, because I'll have a white cast on my face, which I then had to work hard earlier in order to kind of blend down and get rid of that kind of white cast on my face. I don't like that as a general. That's not specific to this particular powder. That's to all white powders. I don't use them. Period. I just don't use them, no matter how well people turn around and say they're translucent. No, I always find there's a cast there that I do not like. But I would have to keep on playing with it. It isn't so bad. The foundation that I did get, as I said, is super light. And this is 5 hours, I think it should be around there, after wearing it without touching it up or doing anything. And it's not the worst of the worst. It might even be a lot better if I was to use a proper mattifying foundation and also do the other stuff that I do, which is kind of like put powder before foundation and stuff like that. That would definitely help. It's not a no, but I can't give an absolute yes, but either is trial and error. But I hope that you did find this video useful. All these things are super affordable, so if you want to try them out for yourself, you're not going to be breaking the bank by trying them out and getting a few of these. Elf is always coming up for a whole ton of things, so it is worth trying it. Thank you as usual for watching. Sorry for rambling along. Don't forget to like, subscribe and comment. It is important that you do actually like and comment in there, because it allows YouTube to push the video to other people who are not subscribers, who will come across my channel by accident or by suggestion from YouTube. Thank you, and I'll speak to you all very soon.